Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm over in what we call God's country. So yes, this is over in the Yorkshire Dales area. And back out with my camera, and I'm off to a hide today. So if you want to come along and follow my adventure, then stay tuned and let's go. So we arrived at the hide, and today I'm at the Yorkshire Wildlife Hides, which are run by Mick and Dan. I know there's a lot of people have probably been to these hides before, but for me it's a first. So the first thing I am going to do before I decide to go and have a look out on the front here, and obviously to bait up some of the perches, I need to get set up with my camera gear first, because knowing my luck, while I'm setting up, no doubt the birds will be out there eating all the stuff. So I've come with my 400mm on today. This has always been my go-to lens, which I've mentioned in probably other of my videos. So I'm just going to start off with it at 400mm, because looking at some of the perches that we can use, I would say that 400mm is probably going to be okay. But I mean, some of the distance ones, I might pop on my 1.4, which will give me about 560mm of length. And basically see how we go from there. I mean, I've got the 2x convert, but looking at it out there, it doesn't look like I'm going to be needing that. So I brought along my gimbal head, and I've also brought my own Groundpod with me. Vicky and Dan do provide a gimbal, and I think they've only got the one here as far as I can see. They might have a couple, but I know for definite there's one. But to be honest, I always prefer to take my own with me anyway, just because I like to know, basically I know how my own equipment works. I know the ins and outs of it. So that's the best, you know, for me. I mean, if you have got a gimbal head, they do have obviously some good old sturdy bases for you to attach them to. So you don't need to worry too much about bringing your own base. So that's a good thing. That's a good start. Right, I think I'm quite happy that I am set up. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it will definitely get some good shots with the 400 today. So I'm probably going to set myself up on an F4 for now. Leave the ISO on automatic, and I'll leave my speed. I've got it currently set from the last time I was at 160 per second. I might be able to drop that back down. Depends on what kind of shots that I want to get. Obviously I'd like to get some of them coming in and landing on some of the perches today. So right, that's that bit done. Let's go out and go and bait some in the area. I'll take you along with me to do that as well. So let's go and find where it all is. What we got? So I've got my mice, and I've also got peanuts. And I've got some other stuff as well that's over here. Yeah, plenty of stuff to go with. So let's go and have a look round, see what we've got. So, coming around to the front of the hide now. As you can see, we've got various perches, and Some areas over here, as you can see, we've got the top of a wheel. Someone's put a spade in. Again, you can have that or you can remove it. Got some different fencing and some perches here, some natural perches. But as you can see, it's got a nice background to everything. You know, it's super soft. You know, you'll be able to blow them out with no problems whatsoever. You know, you've got some more perches down here. Obviously behind there as well. So I think where I'm going to bait up first, I'm going to put a couple of mice out. I think one of them I'm going to pop up here, pop it up onto the wall, and there you go. You can see me now, be able to follow me around. So I've got some mice which have been provided, and as you can see with some of the stone walls on here, you've got like little hooks that you can tie the mice onto. So we're just going to put a couple out for now, because we don't want to put loads out at a time. So I'm not gory, but mice are coming out. Just pop in there for a minute. Let's get these set up. So you get provided with clips, by the way, and zip ties. So there's always, you know, everything's here. They provide everything for you, which is really good. So let's get a zip tie and pop this into place. I mean, the good thing about having a zip tie on it is the fact that, you know, you don't want birds coming in and knocking it off onto the ground, and then you've got no shot whatsoever. And you know something? I think I can hear the kestrel already. I don't know if you can hear it on the video itself, but I think by the time that I've got back in, I won't be surprised. Yep, I think I've just seen the kestrel. It's just over in the trees now over there. So I think by the time that I've got this couple of mice out on here, what other perch can we do? Let's go and find another one. Pick up another mouse. Come on, I'll take you along with me. Yeah. I think by the time that I baited this up, I won't be surprised if they're not down before I can get back to my camera. So let's have a look what we've got here. Again, always make sure you take your waste with you. You know, you're clipping these off, you don't want to be throwing them onto the floor. Put the mice there. You know something, I'm just going to get a zip tie. It does help, doesn't it? As I always say, with every adventure that I go on, always take your rubbish home. You don't want to be taking it with you or leaving it behind. One, I don't find it fair, and two, it's not good for the wildlife either. I always carry bags with me, and if I see anything on the floor, I will always pick it up and take it home, or throw it into the nearest bin. Right, I won't be surprised if that's not them. Oh no, that's not them, but I did hear them. So let's go and take these other mice in, and let's go and get some peanuts, because other than kestrels, we do have plenty of other birds that come down here as well. So let's go and get some food down for them as well. And you never know, might get some jays in, because they seem to be quite popular at the moment, quite active in a lot of places. So let's get a tray. I've got the peanuts out here at the moment because obviously I've just had to, with the wind, I've had to just pin the door open while I'm going in and out. Right, what else have we got? See what else we've got in here. We've got some seed as well. Let's pop that in there. Take that with us. Right, where have you gone? Oh look, the gimbal decided to, it wanted to look at the sky. There you go, back with me now. Right, so let's go and put some seed down as well. I believe some of the good places to put it is behind the wall, because then you'll get some of them perching on the top, which would be quite nice. And basically it's just a case of tucking them into different places, you know, so that you know, it looks natural. I know I do go out and get natural pictures as well, but obviously doing hide photography is natural, it is nature, and again, you can't predict what's going to arrive. So to me, it's not cheating at all. Should we put some on the wall here, on this fence? See, the good thing about it here, I don't know if I can show you or not, bear me 1 second. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's because I'm on tracker. Hey, let me do it. Let me take you off that, there we go. Nope, not having none of it. So, pretty much down here, you'll see, you might see here, there's like little hooks. And these are bedded around all different areas, tops of stumps, along the edges. So there's always plenty of places to put your mice, put your food down as well, where you can tuck things in, and we can see what we can attract. So right, see the robin's already down. You always get a cheeky robin everywhere you go. He's currently sat on the pallet at the moment, so he'll come back up. He's going for the stuff that's on the wall. Let's see where else we can bob some bits while we're out and about. And then we will go and get set up, and hopefully the kestrels will be down. All being well. So get some peanuts stuck into this stump here that's behind me. Yeah, you can see it. So I'm just packing up some of these edges here. We've got a mouse just on the top that you saw me put on before. So yeah, let's go and put some over here on this other log as well. Definitely plenty of areas that you can put the food down on. There you go. Right, food's out. Let's go and see what we can get. As you can see, I'll show you the hide as well, and you don't have my ugly face all the time. So this is your hide. You can see my camera sticking out of it, it's well camouflaged in there. So you see the two openings. So I'd say you can get about 3 people in there photographing, and this is the kind of views that you get. So again, like I say, I'm on a 400 today, and I'd say that's plentiful for this area. So anyway, let's get in and we'll see what we can capture, see what arrives as well. It's arrived. Got the kestrel just on site on one of the mice. He's now on the wall. What a beauty. What a beauty. Absolutely amazing. Try and capture you some footage, but wow. That certainly didn't take long. Like Dan said, as soon as you put the food out, they're here. What a beauty. So I'll show you some footage. Sorry, I can't talk too much. Obviously going to keep my voice down. But I'm going to capture you some footage of this absolutely amazing bird. Absolutely amazing. I've not been here that long either. This is just the beginning of the day. So I'm currently shooting 400mm on an f2.8 lens. And I'm shooting at f4 at the moment. I might be able to go a bit lower, but I also just want the bird sharp from front to back. I've got ISOs hanging around about 800 at the moment, because we are a little bit overcast. It's a very cold day here today. And I'm shooting at 160th still, so then at least I can get a little bit of action. But I can always up that as and when. But this Kestrel is absolutely beautiful. Fantastic markings. Looks like she's in pristine condition as well. So that's good. But she's just happily sat here at the moment. I'm saying she could be the male, I'd have to just double check. But they're just sat here on the rock, eating that mouse that I put out for them. So I'll show you some of the footage now, and you can have a look for yourself. So I've currently got the male Kestrel sat on the wall at the moment, and he's dispatching one of the mouses that I put out. And then he started doing that cowling and guarding his food, doing a lot of shouting. And then I just had the female dispatching my second mouse that I put out on the tree stump just at the front here. They're both still here. I've both got them in both areas still. The male keeps going over to another area, a stump that's just a bit further back, and he's taken the mouse with him. He's managed to get it out of the wrap, and he's taken that with him, so he's dispatching that now over there. But the female is still here on this centre stump, where one of the mouses were that I did put out. But wow, they're amazing birds, they really are. I know I'm keeping my voice down a little bit, because this hide hasn't got glass, so we're only camouflaged with the scrim netting that's here in front. So I don't want to be too loud. But they are absolutely fantastic. It's been nice that I've been able to see both of them already. Within, what, half an hour of me arriving, I'd say roughly. So that's a good start, and I've still got hours to go yet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a little bit of time between putting the mices out. Don't want to put them all out at once, because what they were doing, they were dispatching the mouse, and then they were flying away, and still coming back and landing on some of the perches as well. So while I'm waiting again, give it a little bit of time, and then I'll go and put a couple more mices out. Might put them in a couple of different locations as well over the day. and hopefully they'll come back again. No doubt they will. If they know where the food is, they'll definitely come back for it. But yeah, I'll pop you some footage up now of both of them, the male and the female. I'm just so hoping that I can get them both together in one frame. That would make a cracking day if it did. But it's nature, you know. It's unpredictable and we never know what's going to happen, do we? But yeah, what a cracking start. So let's see what else lands today. I know the kestrels are regular at this hide. And as I mentioned earlier, you get jays as well as other various birds. So let's see what else arrives. You never know. Still quite early. So yeah, stick with me and I hope you enjoy this first bit of footage. So just something else to mention when you do come out to hides, if you are a new photographer and you want to get into more doing wildlife photography and going into hides. I know if you've seen one of my previous videos where I went and photographed the kingfishers and it was a hide down in Staffordshire, I know that that place was like having a luxury hide. But when you come back to the normal kind of hides that you come to, so I've been to a few, I've been to Leeds, I've been to here in Yorkshire, I've even been onto some of the RSPB ones, and you're always guaranteed that it can be cold outside, but probably 2 or 3 times colder inside. So I would probably advise to bring extra layers if you are going to come to a hide. Because when I set off from home back over in South East Manchester, we were about 2 Celsius in the temperature, and then when I arrived over here in Yorkshire we were averaging about the 0 point, but we have picked up a bitter cold wind today, so that's making it feel like well into the minuses. So for myself, I mean, I've come with several layers today. You know, I've got thermals on, I've got base layer tops on, I've got then like a nice fleece walking jacket on, and then got my gillet, which has also got the availability to turn it on and it will heat up my back, and it will also heat, should I get my words out, heat up my chest area as well. Because mainly for me, I have a back injury, and once I get cold in that, I really do suffer. I go really stiff, and carrying and lugging my kit around becomes even harder. I've even come with my Wellingtons on today, which are Grub Frontline 5.01s, and these allow you to go down to temperatures of like -20. I mean, I took these boots that I've got on, these welly boots, to Iceland with me, because again, you never know the weather out there, how it can turn. I mean, normally I would wear a pair of standard walking boots with some nice merino wool socks on, but today I've got my merino wool socks on, as well as another pair over the top in these Wellingtons, because I thought, well, they're going to keep your calves warm. So that's something just to put into mind if you do come to a hide. Always think that they are just as cold inside as it is outside. Not every hide has heating. Not every hide has the luxury of it being warm. But as long as you're prepared and you've got the right gear, then you should be alright. I mean, I've not got gloves on at the moment, but I have got 2 pairs with me. I've got a thin layer and then another layer goes over the top so that you can still use your buttons on your camera as well. They've got the tips that come off the thumb and the forefinger. So yeah, advice, always come prepared if you come into a hide. You always go prepared when you're walking outside, but always come prepared when you come to a hide, that's for sure. So yeah, some good tips for you. So while the Kestrels have both flown off, I am just giving it a little bit of time, like I said, before I go back out and put some more mice out. I've had a couple of jays visit, which has been nice. I've got a little bit of footage of them, and I've also got some images as well, and I'll pop them up for you at some point. I've had the ravens come down, a bit too far at the moment. They're still on the grass further back from where all the perches are. And then I've also had the blackbird, well, a couple of blackbirds. They've actually been marking the territory between each other and falling out, so that's been nice to watch. So yeah, there is a variety that comes down because we've got quite a good forestry area around where this hide is. You know, so you've got a good variety of birds that do come down. Again, I've got the weather to compete with again today. It's very cold, very windy. So again, you can't predict nature. What arrives, arrives, and what doesn't, doesn't. So, yeah. Right. I think I'm going to go out, put a couple of more mice out, and I'll take you along with me. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll pick up the box, and let's go and put a couple of more out. So the Kestrels have heard me. They're one of them's just flown out of the box at the bottom there, and it's flown off towards the trees at the moment, so they know that I'm putting some more food out, so they'll be back. So let's sort this out again. You know, if you ever do come to this hide, make sure you always clean up after yourself. Don't leave any bits around. End of the day, they are wild animals, and we don't want them eating anything that they shouldn't be doing. I'm hoping that if I put 2 on heat on the wall, I should get both of them come down at the same time. This time. And while I'm here, let's top up the other stuff. Got some peanuts down. You keep losing me today, don't you? Eh? Active track is active, but every now and again it decides it doesn't want to follow me. So, right, rebaited up for a bit longer. Let's go and see how long it takes for them to come down. All being well, because they know I'm here, I can hear them and they know there's food. So no doubt they'll be back down in a minute. So let's get back inside and see what we can get this time. And let's say put both bait down on the wall, and I want to try and see if I can get them more together. You never know. Let's get in here, back when it's warm, and let's see what arrives. It's not come down yet, so that's a good sign. So stick with me, and let's see what we get this time. I tell you, 2 seconds in, and it's already on the wall. This looks like the male. So I'm hoping the female comes down very soon and get both of them together. I told you they were watching me. Just knew it. It wouldn't be long before they were down. God, didn't even give me a chance to get my hands warmed up, did they? Right, I'll show you some footage and I'll show you some more images. Yeah. Kestrel's not come down as yet, but I think it's a female that's sat here from what I can see. Again, until you get both of them together, they look very similar to each other. It's not until I see the sizes that obviously the female's a lot bigger than the male. Well, not massively bigger, but there is a slight size difference. But looking at this one that's sat here, it could be the female. If I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up. But until I get home and see if there's any slightly difference in markings that distinct them any other way, then I'll certainly let you know. I'll put up on the pictures whether it's a male or a female, if I find out any differences other than the size. But it's not completely yet, or the mouse at the moment. It's sat there with it in between its claws, still protecting it. But it's mainly just sat there looking out at the moment. I mean, I have heard the second Kestrel calling. So you never know. They might come in together. But right now, it's in no rush for the other half of the mouse. At all. It's just sat there letting the wind blow between its feathers. And it's just been really still. So let's see. Fingers crossed. They'll both come and sit together. I'm hoping. It has been known. Well, it's not bothered about the blackbird anyway. Blackbird's just come down near it. It's not bothered at all. But it's in no rush to go anywhere. Or even finish its food. So, yeah. See what happens. See if I can get some shots of it taking off at some point. That'd be quite nice. Kestrel that was first down took his bait and flown off. They've not touched the second mouse yet that I've got on the wall, so what I've decided to do is focus my camera up on that mouse on the top of the wall, and I'm going to see if I can get them coming in to grab hold of it. Now I know she's still around, or he's still around, as I can hear him shouting just in the trees behind me. So I'm hoping it won't be too long now that they'll come down and grab that mouse. Fingers crossed, I'll get some images. I mean, I moved my S stuff up to f4.5. I might even consider just moving up a little bit more, maybe to 5.6, just so that I get that little bit of sharpness going on while they're flying in, you know, so I get the feathers in sharpness just as much as the body as well. And I've upped my speeds to 2,500, just to give me enough capture speed. Like I say, they are around somewhere over the back end, so I'm hoping it won't be too long before they come back down again. What I'll do is, if I do capture some nice images in flight into this mouse, I'll pop them up now for you, and you can have a look for yourself. But in the meantime, I'm just going to sit and carry on watching the blackbird, who's picking out some of the peanuts that I've put into some of the gaps in the wall. So one of the kestrels came down before, flew at the mouse, and tried to take it with him, obviously, which is a natural thing that they will do anyway. But obviously it didn't go because it's still on top of the rock there. But something disturbed him. As this is a working farm, there's a lot of activity in general going on anyway, with farm vehicles. So there was a bit of noise just over the back here, and I think they decided to forget that, and he flew off for a bit. So I've been sat waiting. I mean, there's a couple of images that I managed to capture as I was coming with the wings out. I don't know how good they're going to be until obviously I get them home on the computer. I might salvage one or two out of it. I've been sat now waiting and hoping that they would come back, but I've heard nothing and I've seen no movement. I do keep watching down at the bottom end there where they've got the Kestrel box, but there doesn't seem to be much movement going on. So I thought, what a good time to set myself up and have some nice hot soup just to warm the cockles up a little bit, for sure. So my lovely mum, who I live with, was up with me at 5:30 this morning, warming my flask up and making me some nice chicken soup to go in it. So thank you, Mum. It's a great help, especially on a cold day. And I can tell you, it's still hot, so that's good. So what I'm going to do is going to get this set. and hopefully we should get some movement back again. So I might go out and maybe place some more seed down for the birds, and I might even put a second mouse back down. I've got one there, but I might put a second one down on another perch just to try and entice them back in again and see what they do. So I know you might be looking at me thinking, you know something, Vic, you've been outside and you have been handling mice and food, but I can assure you I am not one silly photographer. I do come with hand sanitizer, so these hands are clean before anyone even thinks that while watching this video. So yeah, so I'm going to enjoy my soup, and I will come back to you when we go a little bit more outside, or hopefully get any more activity around the perches. So bear with me while I go and warm up. I know when I was talking to you earlier about obviously making sure that you've got warm stuff on when you come out to hides, because like I said to you, it is colder in here probably twice as than it is outside. But I didn't mention one piece of equipment which is really good to carry with you, and that's rechargeable hand warmers. These have been a godsend in all the years that I've had them. I purchased these when I went to Iceland again, because we didn't know what we were going to, and we know that the weather out there obviously got severe and it can be really cold. But these are absolutely brilliant. One is a hand warmer, and two, you've also got the ports on this one where if you needed a bit of charge in your battery of your phone or anything like that, you've got a USB there, and I think a USB-C actually. Yeah, I think there's USB-C on there as well that you can also use to help charge, put a little bit of charge in your battery, especially if you're out and about walking and obviously your phone goes flat and you might need help, or you just need to let someone know where you are, anything like that. At least then you can put a little bit of charge back into your phone to do that. So yeah, I will pop some links in my descriptions to some of the stuff that I have, even some of my photography stuff, so if anyone's ever interested in, like say you're a beginner and you want to look into some of the stuff that you see me using in any of my videos, then I'll start popping some links, like I say, in the descriptions for you. So I have heard the Kestrel in the distance. I have heard them calling. I've seen no movement at the box, and I've seen no movement around the hide at the moment. So we're still a little bit quiet. But just finished having a bit of soup and getting a bit warmed up, and I am going to go out and put some more bait down, or food. Sorry, bait. Bait never sounds right, does it? Put some more food down for him, and see what happens. But looking out here at the moment, looks like the sun's trying to make an appearance. So you never know, I might get some nice light for a change, because all morning it's been really dull and overcast. It had that sort of feel about that it could be snow. I know some parts of Yorkshire, probably more on the east side, have actually had snow over the last couple of days. So I was thinking, would we get it over here or not? But it looks to me like it's actually getting a little bit better. So that's a good thing. We like that. We don't want it too bright, but a nice little bit of touch of light goes a long way. We just need the birds to turn back out now while that light's still here. That's the only thing. So yeah, let's go and put a little bit more bait out, food, and see what arrives. I'm hoping I get a little bit more images to capture, because like I said, they're a fantastic bird. They really are. But nature comes and goes when it wants. So come on, let's go and get some more stuff out. This is what we want. A nice little bit of sunshine going on. Warms you up while we're out here as well. So let's go and have a look what we can do. So I don't want to use this stump here that's behind me. I find that just a little bit too close for me for what I've got. So what if I do this time? I'll take you around. I might put some zip ties and some stuff here. Let me just put my seed down. Where are you? It's got a thing about not just following me today, this, hasn't it? Right, got a bit of a wheel here, so I'm thinking might get a mouse put up onto here, which would be quite nice. Let's make sure it's secure and leaned alright first. Yep, that's good. Let's get rid of these clips off. And let's get a mouse put onto here. You never know, might get something a little bit different this time. There you go. Sorry, little mousey. Oh, fingers don't want to work now, it's gone a little bit cold. But we'll get going. Right, so we've got one there. So with that photograph from the hide coming across, there's not really much of a background to it, so it should be a nice soft background. I think I might move the spade out when I can get it out of the ground. It's further in than you think. I think I will. I'll move that to somewhere else. We'll put that over there. Right, so I've still got one mouse out on the stone wall over there that they tried to take, but they didn't. I think we'll put some bits in the perch here. Get some of the smaller birds to come up. Mr. Robin's come back to follow us again. He's sat on the trees just opposite me, so you never know, he might come down. So I've still got the mouse up on here, on this part of the wall. The other one obviously is gone. And we'll see if we can get some obviously these smaller birds to land on here as well. You know, because plenty of great tits, blue tits. There's your blackbirds. There's Robin, as I know. He's still sat in the tree there behind me. So he might come down. I haven't managed to get a picture of him yet today. He seems to have stayed more over in the bramble on that edge. So we'll see. Right. Where have you gone again? I think he might be trying to get a little bit too close, you know. Keeps telling me the subject's lost, but I'm not, I'm here. Still with you, still chatting away. So let's go in now and hopefully, I haven't seen or heard of him yet, but they'll be somewhere. Keep an eye on the box. There's a Kestrel box. You might not be able to see it, but if you look across the lake, up to there, there's a stump, and you'll see the Kestrel box on top. That's where they're coming and going from at the moment. So yeah, fingers crossed they'll come back before I go. No doubt they will. If I don't get one visit, I'm hoping to at least get two. And I'm still hoping for that picture of them both together, which is still a possibility. But it's just a case of a waiting game again. It's nature. It can't be helped. So let's get this door shut. male's back, and the light is perfect. So before, on the footage I showed you, I think it's the female that was on the wall. She seemed quite big. So I'm going to go with that she was the one on the wall dispatching the mouse. And it was the male that was on the wheel that was dispatching his mouse. I think I've currently got the male at this moment in time on the wall. I think the female went back to the box from what I could see. But he's just sitting here in this perfect light. So nice. So nice. I'll definitely get some images up. And obviously some footage as well. Because these are just perfect. They really are. I'll just do a little bit of activity now with both of them maybe together. But he keeps flying back and to between the wall and the wheel, which is where the food's been. So he's checking around to see what he can find. Looking for maybe little bits that they've left behind. But it is nice that they just don't eat it and then go. They are starting to hang around a little bit more. So yeah. So it's flown off at the moment. Not sure where the female's gone, but no doubt she'll be back. And when she does, we'll get some more images and some more footage as well. But I'm still hoping for that pairing up picture that I would really like. Still time yet, you never know. So I'll show you some of my images that I've just taken. Let's see what you think of them. Back out, and I've put a couple of mices just on one particular perch. It's where there's a top of a fence, and then there's like a tree branch that comes up and it splits off. You might have seen it from a couple of my pictures that I would have shown you earlier in the video. So I'm waiting now to hopefully see if both kestrels will come down at the same time. So I'll show you a little bit if you want, so you can have a look at what I'm actually looking at. So there you go. See if I can go back to the camera. So I've currently got a mouse that's just here on this branch here. Now there was nothing for me to anchor it down on this one, which was a shame. But what I've done is I've just put one here on this lower end, just there. So you never know, I might be able to get both of them coming in at the same time, and they might both perch within one of these two, or even these 3 points that are going on here. Now the male has just taken off. It was sat on a branch sticking out from where the box itself is, and he's gone down onto my right hand side here of the hide. So he may have gone over the trees. He might even be sat on one of the stumps on the fencing, because when I went out, he was sat on one of them further down, and I can hear him. He is around again now. I can hear him shouting. So it would have been nice if I'd had my camera in my hand when I went out before. I'd have got him in the nice sunshine, sat on the top of his fence. But hey ho, it was just nice to watch him more than anything. So I've got the farmers working on both the fields here. which they're not bothered about. They're still coming in and out. And like I say, I can still hear him shouting. So he is around. And hopefully we'll see what happens with this now that I've set up. Because I've got a few more mices left. Not many now. There's a few more. So I'll be able to have them dotted around in a couple of other areas. And then I think that'll be it for the day. Once I've run out, that'll be me done. I've changed my memory card once, which is unusual for me because normally I can go all day with one memory card. But today, with all the activity that's been going on, I filled a memory card. It was a 125GB one. So it wasn't exactly small. I've changed batteries in yourself that I'm recording you on. I'm this DJI Pocket 3. And I've had to change batteries in the camera a couple of times. So we're doing quite well at the moment. I think the cold's getting to the batteries, to be honest, today. They seem to be going down very quick. But I've got plenty with me, so I'm not too bad. Not too fussed at all. So let's see. Let's see if they arrive on here. If they do, I'll try and grab you some footage. But I would like to try and get some of them flying in, you know, with the wings out. That'd be quite good. I wish, in a way, that I would have brought my 100 to 500 lens with me. My 400 is great for them nice close-in shots. I mean, I've not even got a converter on. I'm just running purely on the 400mm. But if I brought my 100 to 500, I think I would have got a little bit more space to play with to try and get like the in-flight shots and things like that. As my 400 has been nice to get that nice soft backgrounds to my images, nice close-in kind of shots. But yeah. So yeah, if you do ever come to Yorkshire Wildlife Hides, you know, do consider bringing a couple of lenses with you. It all depends at the day what you want out of your photographs. You know, if you want them up close and personal ones, then that's fine. And you want a little bit more landscape with your photographs, again, you know, you can work with I'd say a 300 upwards would be perfect for this location, for sure. I mean, I'm not grumbling. My 400 has got some really nice images, and you would have seen some of them as you've gone through the video, and I'll show you some more obviously as well as we go along. But yeah, come with a variety, and then you got the options of both then. And actually, just as we're speaking, oh, there's a bit of scrap going on for the food. Let's see if I can try and capture it. So I'm going to go and photograph. I'll get you some footage. So I've had both the male and the female kestrel come back in. One of the kestrels came in, sat eating, hit about half of one of the mice that were up on the top of the tree stump, and was joined by the jay. So I've got a couple of images of the jay and the kestrel both together. They weren't too bothered with each other, which I was quite surprised actually. I thought the kestrel would be a bit more protective about its food while the jay was sat there, but there was nothing at all. So then that flew off, and then the other kestrel came in, took the other half of the mouse from the lower half of the branch, I took that over on top of one of the pylons where it was sat dispatching the rest of it. And then it's actually left some of it, to be honest. It's still sat up there. So it came in and sat on the end of the pylon cleaning its beak off. And then you could hear the other Kestrel shouting as well, so it was sat there for a bit and then flew off. So I've got a couple of in-flight shots, which were quite nice. I just hope they've come out right when I get home. I'll see better when I get them on a bigger screen. So I've still got half a mouse up on this stump here, so I'm hoping that they will come back again before I finish. Actually, I think one of them actually is back. Let's have a quick look. Yep, so it looks like possibly the male, not 100% sure, from a distance, is back. It's actually finishing off that other half of that mouse that I said that he actually left on that stump. So that's going down in a oner now. So I've got a couple of shots of that. So yeah, let's see where he goes from there. He may come over to this tree stump, which he is doing. And it looks like the female, to be honest. She doesn't look as grey on her head. She looks like she's more red all the way through. As in, the other Kestrel's really quite red, and then a prominent sort of bluey grey look to its head, so I'm presuming that is the male. I will double check when I get home. But it has been amazing just watching these birds today. You know, I've got plenty of footage of them. I know this was one of my dad's favourite birds. Every time we used to go to any fairs or we used to go to a bird of prey centre, Kestrel was always one of the birds that he used to always like to go and have a look at. I mean, looking at them here, they look quite big, but when you get up close and personal to them, they're not actually as big as you expect them to be. You know, but this pair that's been coming back into here today are just absolutely amazing. I won't even say there's a feather out of place on them. They are really in really good condition. So I'm going to let it finish this other half that's here. See how it goes. I still haven't got that picture of them both together, which is a shame. You know, it is Valentine's Day today. You know, it would have been nice for them to sit together on the perch nicely, but at the moment it hasn't been like that all day. When they have been coming together, seem to have squabbled between each other, pushing each other out of the way. And it's a shame really, but there's still time. I mean, the lighting is going really nice now. Still got that nice soft sunlight coming through from my left hand side here. And you can hear them calling to each other still, so there is a possibility that, you never know, we might get a chance of both of them being together, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue monitoring this one I've got here now. It's in no rush to go anywhere. Get a couple of more shots, and I'll get a little bit more footage for you as well, so you can have a look. Put out another 2 mice, as they seem to have had the other ones, or there's only very little of them left if there was. So I put one out on the top of the fencing, and then there's a large rock just at the back, which has got some nice side light at the moment with the sun going on it. So I'm hoping that if they do turn up, they'll go onto that one while it's still there. And then we'll just go from there. I think give it another half hour, 45 minutes, and then I'll have to start making tracks. I think we'll lose most of the lighting anyway. We'll get a lot of it where it'll go into shadow. But it's gone very quiet, so you never know. Like I said, I'll give it the half an hour, 45 minutes, and just see if they do come back for me. If they don't, then obviously that's me done for the day. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's all quiet at the moment. I've had a bit of movement with the farm staff bobbing around on quad bikes and the tractors, but that's all seems to have gone quiet now. So hopefully, you never know. You never know. So yeah, let's see what happens. So I'm starting to lose the lighting now on the perches behind me. So I've decided to call it a day. So it's been an absolutely fantastic day, and I recommend anybody at all who's never been to the Yorkshire Wildlife Hides. This one that I've been in is called Charlie's. This is the one where you'll photograph the kestrels at. They do others. There's a den and a couple of others, which obviously I'll pop a link below to their website where you can actually go and have a look, and you can book any of the hides that you would like to go to. And I'll also pop their social media details as well in the description. So as I've lost the light, like I was saying, and things have gone quiet, I've decided that it's now time for me to pack up the hide, make sure it's all shut, the doors and the hatches, and also to make sure it's locked up before I leave. So I hope you have enjoyed this video today. I've had an absolutely fantastic time, and I've obviously loved sharing it with you guys as well. If you do like the video or you've enjoyed it, please make sure you do give me a thumbs up. That would be appreciated. And also, if you can give me a subscribe, that would be absolutely fantastic as well, because I bet 75% of the people that watch my videos have not subscribed yet. So every subscription would make a big difference to get my channel seen out there, and obviously helps me along my journey as well. I also have a Buy Me a Coffee webpage, where if you would like to support me even further with my journeys through my wildlife photography and my creative contents videos, there's an option there where you can donate or buy me a coffee. Some people have bought one coffee, some people have bought several coffees for me, and I can use that money that's saved up either towards fuel to get me to these locations or to pay access into places where people would like me to go, and obviously do videos about the place. And it also buys me a coffee as well, so I can go to the local garage and pick up a nice warm drink, which, as you know from today, it's been a cold day, and a nice warm drink makes a huge difference. So I will pop up the details here below, my Buy Me a Coffee website, and I would also like to say thank you to everybody who has already donated towards there as well. It's an absolutely fantastic. So as from now, like I say, I'm going to lock up the hide here for Dan and Mike, and I'm going to make my way home. So all I'm going to say from the lovely Yorkshire Wildlife Hides, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next adventure.